Hello and welcome to X&Y Gaming, another Minecraft. Wait, no, it's the wrong. I'm sorry. And in today's video, I'm using a pop filter. Can you tell? I guess I'll find out in editing. Look, check it out. It's called the Fallen Dogma because there's Fallen of Albaz and Dogmatica. I'm not a very bright man, but I seen this guy and this girl on a pair of sleeves together. So look, they go together like peanut butter and jelly, and that's what this deck is. So we've got two Fleur de Lis, we've got two Maximus, one Griffin Rider, an Albaz the Ashen, he's alright. The OG Fallen of Albaz, two Springen's Kits, three Ecclesia the Dogmatica, Windows Explorer, Water Enchantress of the Temple at 3, Ash Blossom's Joyous Feet at 3, Nadir's Servant at 3, 3 Ride of Eris Samir, Harpy's Feather Duster, 1 Branded Fusion, Called by the Grave, 3 Forbidden Droplets, 3 Super Polys, Fateful Adventure, Dracobag, the Rideable Dragon, Infinite Permanence at 2, and 3 Dogmatica Punishment. The extra deck is a little extra spicy. So we have the Mirror Jade, the Starving Venom Fusion, the Lubellion, the Iron Dash, the Titaniclad, the Albion, and that's it for the, this guy is technically not even part of the Fusion Dragons package, but this is just like one of each to basically go into some combos. So if any one of these 3 gets sent to the graveyard during the end phase, you get to add or special summon a card. Or in this case, you'll set the spell trap to the spell trap zone. So this guy is any Fallen of Albaz plus a light monster, Fallen of Albaz plus a monster with 2500 or more attack, or an effect monster that was special summoned this turn. So with Super Poly or Albaz by himself, you can pretty much get these guys out on the field, or you can send them to the graveyard via something like Mirror Jade or one of the Dogmatica cards. If you get this to the graveyard, this is for Branded Fusion, this is any Dogmatica, and this is for Springen's, which there's only one Branded Fusion, and because these guys pull it out of the graveyard, you really only need one. It's pretty searchable for the most part. But so there's these guys here. These are the most important players of this deck, and subsequently this Gun Girl over here. But we'll get to that. So when these guys are sent to the graveyard, this guy lets you draw a card once per turn. This girl lets you destroy any card. And it's not even once per turn. So you could send Intis off of something like Nadir's Servant, destroy one of your opponent's cards, then get a Maximus out at some point, right? And then send the bird and the girl, and then draw a card as Chainlink 1, and then destroy a card as Chainlink 2. So if they respond to it with a negation in any way, unless it negates every card in the chain, you'll still at least draw a card. Alternatively, you can send Bird Boy and Gun Girl over here, make her Chainlink 1 and him Chainlink 2, hope it doesn't get negated, so then you'll draw a card off of Bird Boy, Resolution backwards, and then you'll get another card off of Gun Girl, and then you'll have to put one back to the bottom of the deck. And if this guy's sent to the graveyard, you can just negate a card on the field. Any face-up card, not even a monster, just negate its effects until the end of the turn, which is pretty nice. It's a pretty decent attack too, so it works well enough with Dogmatica Punishment. But also, if you just wanted to send it off of Maximus, well then there you go. You can get an easy negate on board, or an easy destroy, or an easy draw, and then an extra draw, and a little digging around here. And if you play it just right, which is to say, if you can manage to go into a fusion first, and especially, oh my gosh, Super Poly is so boss in this deck, because especially at 3, you always want it at 3, even if you're pitching Super Poly for Super Poly, it's fine, because if your opponent's playing like an archetypal deck, well then the chances are going to have a lot of monsters on the board that have similar attributes and or types, and as long as they're the same but different names, you can just Super Poly them off the board. Mwah! Absolutely beautiful. So good. I've been having quite a bit of fun with this deck. Maybe I should consider taking, maybe Starving Venom out and then putting some generic Link that's like not half bad, so I can get this guy off the board if I need him to. He does double damage, which is fine. That's, you know, 1500 becomes 3000 on a direct attack. That's fine, I guess. But anyways, anytime he's sent to the graveyard, so I could just, like, if I super poly him out and then just link him away, that'd be good. But anyways, this is the deck. It's a fun deck. Fleur de Lis comes out and negates on her resolution. So if there's an extra deck monster on board, you can activate her as, you know, Chain Link 1, 2, or 3, or whatever. It's a quick effect. But on resolution, if you have a Dogmatica monster on the field when she hits the board, on resolution, that's when you also can negate a face-up monster effect. And that only lasts until the end of that turn, though. But anyways, Maximus is sending 2 cards. Both you and your opponent have to send 2 cards from your extra deck, but with different names. So usually the generic combo wombo here is to go with Bird Boy and Into Squirrel. But either way, Albin the Ashen, he's okay. It's just more just like a try it out, trial and error kind of thing with the kid. And then the 2 Springans, because basically once you get this out and then use it, then you can always just get it back by summoning Springan's Kit. Ecclesia is a searcher when she summons, and she can also special summon herself for free if there's an extra deck monster on the field already. This girl is perfect discard fodder because then she can banish herself from the graveyard to get you Rite of Aramarcir from your deck to your hand. It also does technically recycle from the graveyard, but ideally I would imagine you'd want to pull from the deck so you can thin it down more. Harvey's Feather Duster, that's a given. Called By is a given. Forbidden Droplet, I just really like it. There's a fun dumb little combo. If you're just sending 1 card and you might make that 1 card Draco back the Rideable Dragon, once per turn you can just re-equip it right out of the graveyard back to the adventure token, and then still get your negate off for Forbidden Droplet. Basically, this is just like, chances are I'm gonna have either this or this or this, and I can't really use it at that moment. So then it just becomes a brick. So it's like, well, it's another discard fodder for Forbidden Droplet. If any other card off the field, if I really need to go in, you know. Infinite Impermanence is just a nice hand trap in general. And the Dogmatica Punishment is absolutely fantastic. Say you got an opponent's monster on the board and it's like a combo piece, 1000 attack monster. You could easily just send Garura, destroy that monster with Dogmatica Punishment, and then also draw a card. It's just fantastic. But another thing to keep in mind is that when you use this or this effect, it makes it to where you can't special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn until the end of your next turn after this card resolves. Oof, it's so rough. Even if you use it during your opponent's turn, it comes back around to you and you draw into Branded Fusion, it hurts so bad. You better hope you can go into the adventure combo or something. Like, there's a bit of gambling of which one, you know, which full combo you try to go off into. But either way, for the most part, I've been having a lot of fun with this deck, man. It's just, it's pretty great. I've been having a lot of fun with it, and I hope that you had any amount of fun listening to me ramble about Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading cards. Thank you so very much for watching, and God loves you, and I love you too.